Hi everybody, I'm Miss Raina, and in today's video we're going to talk about taking things personally. So many of us take life so seriously and we take every interaction that we have so personally. Why? Why do we take things so personally? Whenever I go out, I see so many people on social media and even in conversations, people are always making comments, well, why does this happen to me? This always happens to me. And oh my God, this is happening all over again. And our emotions become so raw. We become angry, we become upset, we become all these different ideas, except for the idea of who we're supposed to be. And when we look at taking things personally, we got to understand that things aren't meant to be taken personal. If someone gives you helpful criticism, take it as helpful criticism. Don't get mad. Don't try to read more into it. They're trying to help you. I know that's a very sensitive subject with many of the people I talk to, and sometimes they take things personally because they take it defensively. They take it as an attack. And we have to understand that a lot of times we're not attacking each other, although it seems like we're attacking each other. Another thing that we take personally is when we compare things. Sometimes we have Miss Raina's no-nos as good and bad, and we compare days, such as this day was a good day and that day was a bad day. And when we're having a bad day in comparison to the good day, we fall apart because the bad day just seems so bad. But really, those days are meant to teach us. They're meant to help us grow and meant to help us to have maturity. And that's one of the great things about all these things that are going on. But if we take things personally, our interactions with one another often become chaotic and become toxic, and then we end up losing friends, we end up fighting with each other, we end up deleting each other off social media and all the fun stuff of life. So we have to learn to deserve things differently in our life. We have to learn to understand that we do deserve to be who we are and to achieve the things that we are. And just because things happen in our life doesn't mean that bad things are happening to us. And we really have to understand that. So why do we take things personally? And that's the number one question that we ask. Well, plain and simple is we don't want to deal with our pain. We have so much trauma. We have so many experiences that we deem bad or awful in our past that we haven't dealt with. And we have to learn to deal with our past. That is the number one thing we have to do. We also train ourselves to believe that a god or goddess or this idea of karma is out to get us. And that's just silly. We have to realize that nothing is out to get you. Every one of us experiences challenging days. Every one of us has days where we want to go stick our head in the oven and call it a day. And that's just what happens. And we have to learn to look at the days as they come and just say, hey, you know what? Today was a rough day. And trust me, I get it. I still get testy. I still get emotional sometimes when I'm having, especially when I'm not feeling well. We are allowed to experience and express what we're expressing at that time, but we can't take it personally and absorb it. We cannot allow the victim to become us, because that's what happens when we don't deal with things and we just think that everything is out to get us. We become the victim. And when that victim ravages through us and it becomes us, then we always say things like, oh, here it goes again. This is always happening to me. And we create that type of energy into our world. And we got to move that on. And the other thing that we have to look at is self-esteem. Many people who take things personally have a very big lack of self-esteem. They have a very low self-esteem of how they look at themselves, what they feel they're worth. And trust me, you are worth so much more than you believe. And you have to understand this, because when we play the victim, that's all we're going to play every single day. And how can we see, as you guys would say it, good days or happy days when we're playing the victim? And the last thing you have to do is stop punishing yourself. When we are taking things personally, you're actually self-inflicting anger on yourself. And why? That's like taking a match and constantly lighting yourself or hitting yourself, slapping yourself constantly throughout the day. Why do we emotionally abuse ourselves? There's no need for it. And so when we look at ourselves and we say, hey, there's an experience that I'm taking personally, the first thing we have to do to get ourselves out of that is accept it. We have to accept it. Hey, life is what it is, and that's all that is. And we have to understand that this experience is coming into our life because it's meant to teach us. And that's just the way things are. That is life. No one gets out of it. Not even me, not even you. And so we have to stop taking taking every interaction that we have with everybody personally. It's not personal. Even if someone gets mad at you, it's about them. It's not about you. And so you have to change your perspective in that idea, and you have to learn to start seeing the lessons in the experiences that we're having, rather than saying, oh, this person is attacking me, or this idea is painful to me. What is the lesson? What can I learn from this? How can I grow? How can I see these lessons in a different perspective so that I can grow? And that's what we have to do. So we also have to start seeing perspective of others as well. Why is this person interacting the way they are with me? Why is this person becoming angry? We all have people that go off on us. They're having bad days and we don't know why. And sometimes people are just in a miserable life, and that's fine. We don't have to take that on. It's your responsibility to not take things personally in your life so that your life doesn't get affected the way it usually is. So, all right, guys, that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you soon.